sink into Wonderland.
The whole administration is tearing the country apart. The tax bill is going to make life harder for the middle class, make life harder for poor people, take away health care from people. It's going to let them drill in the Arctic. It's going to destroy our environment and destroy our middle class. I'm not personally worried. I'm worried for the rest of the country. My taxes are not that high, so I think I will still get a deduction. I don't have health care right now, but I'm really not worried about myself. I'm worried about my kids' kids. Everyone here's kids. I want us to have a world to live in peace and be happy. That's really it. Our revolution is a spin-off of the Bernie Sanders campaign. Our mission is to take over the Democratic Party from the ground up, to fill all the local committee seats so that we have a progressive voting bloc, to move progressive candidates forward and progressive agenda, and get rid of all these corporate Democrats that take money. It's not socialism. It's putting limits on greed, basically. How can you have a CEO of a company making like 500 times what a worker makes? There has to be a limit so that there's some kind of economic equality in the world. What's going on right now is crazy. I mean, I live in Lavalette. People tear down little houses and build multi-billion-dollar houses. There's no need for that. Well, if we do take over the Democratic Party, yeah, we'll go to other progressive issues, and we're going to keep fighting every bad thing that they come up with until they come up with something better that works for everybody.
You know, whether we win or not, we are committed to getting Democrats elected, and 2018 is key. We have a shot in the 4th district. We have a shot in this district. And with Lobiando going in the 2nd district, we have a shot there. And it's time that we took over a lot of the other. I had 2 good candidates running in Barnegat, Paul Whitcraft and Dan Ward. Well, we didn't win, but they have name recognition, and I'm hoping, I've gotten some commitment that they're going to run again next year. But that's what we have to do. We have to get Democrats elected. And every year is an important election year, whether it be for your local candidates, the Congress, the Assembly, the State Senate, the Federal Senate, or for President. President is no longer the top honcho in Democratic politics. And that's what the DNC has to focus on. They have to focus on local politics. Now, granted, they're not going to get involved in our township locals, but they will get involved in the congressional locals, and they have to change their method of funding these local elections. For example, we had Jim Keedy running in the 30th Assembly District a couple of years ago. It was right off of the sit down and shut up. Jim Keedy's the guy that Christie told to sit down and shut up. And they wouldn't support, the powers that be in the Democratic Party wouldn't support him because he was in a district that was so red he didn't have a chance. But what they failed to realize is that was a hot moment that we could, if people knew who Jim was, we could have taken that district at that time.
Now that I know who he is, do you think he can knock off Chris Smith?
I think so. I absolutely think so.
Now, is it the Democrat way or no way, or are you open to bipartisan talk?
I think that everything has to be done bipartisan. But the Republicans have to be willing to do that. I mean, we're willing to do that. I mean, Chuck Schumer has said it over and over again. President Obama, from the time that he was doing the health care, he wanted the Republicans involved, and they refused. They wanted him to be a one-term president. Mitch McConnell said that on Election Day. So we're willing to compromise and to work together, but they have to come to the table as well.
Thanks, Marianne. Nice to talk to you.
As I started out with Glee, he might Donald Trump like he. Soon you'll be